We gave up 32 sacks last year, so we gave up 7 in the bowl game. I think we may have only given up 3 in the Big Ten championship game, but it sure felt like more than that. I'd like to sit here and tell you that they were all the quarterbacks, running backs, and wide receivers' faults, but I think we all know that's not true. And I would say, yeah, absolutely. That's a number one priority right now outside of developing our roster and our depth is improving our pass protection. And we went from 2 years ago, well, I know in 2013, I think we ended up giving up 15 or 16, including the bowl game. So to double that number in 2 years, I think that's alarming. And certainly when you look at what we did down the stretch, it's alarming. Two different things happen. I alluded to it earlier with some of the defensive packages. What defenses do a good job of now is isolating your weaknesses or putting their best guy on your worst guy in a matchup. And same as you would do in the passing game or something like that. So what happens to us a lot of times is, in the Michigan State game, for example, our number one problem in that game was edge rushes. And that's not an indictment of the tackles. I mean, they're blocking NFL players. And at some point, if you play 70 snaps, you're going to get beat. The unfortunate thing is you may win 20 of your 22 head-to-head battles, but the only 2 that are going to matter to everybody, including us, are the 2 you lose. What we need to do is probably give them a little more help, do a better job of formation and chipping, motioning, some of those things to protect those guys a little bit. I wouldn't put that on them. That was bad coaching, in my opinion, starting with myself. And then in the bowl game, I think what you saw more of was they did a very good job. They kind of went back to the Wisconsin game, Wisconsin, Indiana a little bit, but those were teams that did a very nice job of, a lot of times if you don't have just a great guy, you'll get into some games and movement and stunts, and you'll find a way to get 3-on-3 but give yourself an advantage. And they did a really good job of studying our protection, getting a beat on what we were doing, and probably, again, bad coaching. We were maybe a little too predictable in what we were going to do on third down from a protection standpoint, and then isolating 3-over-3 with a game or a pick or stunt designed to put stress on that. So that's been a point of emphasis, and that's been something we've talked about in our room and went back and studied and looked at because, I'll be willing to bet it's going to happen again. We opened with Miami of Ohio. They've studied that tape. Iowa State's watching that tape. I know they're hungry to beat us, so they're watching that tape. North Dakota State certainly is not real impressed with anybody because they're a really good outfit. They've been watching that tape. Go down the list, and then our 9 Big Ten opponents are probably all studying that tape. So we're going to see those things again. Obviously, that's been a point of emphasis.